Oh, Keegan was live with us. Oh, you can come back, Keegan. We're all laughing together. She's like, no, I'm good. Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning.
For those of you just tuning in at home, right before we went live today, Stacy was pointing out her lovely picture that she put up there, and somebody asked about who drew the pig. And is that Rudolph?
It's Rudolph. It's not a piggy. It's Rudolph.
Anyway,
it's beautiful, done by my 6-year-old.
Total great start to Real Estate Now. Welcome to Real Estate Now, everybody. My name is Keith Fitch. I'm joined today with my co-host.
I'm crying. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, good times. How are you, Stacy?
I'm great. So excited. It's holiday season, end of the year. So many good things.
Yeah, so many good things. I don't know how I got so close to my camera that I'm like, woo, hello. But anyway, shall we jump into what we always do first?
Yeah, let's do rates.
We'll share that there screen. It should pop up right there. There it goes. Rates are flat. Well, actually, they went down 0.01%. So still awesome. Still hovering right there in the low threes.
Did you just say they went down?
They went down by 0.01%.
All right, taking it.
Stacy wins. So I think outside rates, I think the bigger news of last week that we can bring into this week are that the loan limits jumped way up. So
the highest percentage in the history of mortgage lending.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you may or may not be aware out there, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and FHA, they set loan limits for the whole country. Like, hey, we'll lend up to X amount of dollars. And this past week, they announced what they're going to lend in 2022. And so Fannie Mae right now, if you close the conventional loan this year, your max cap on the nationwide limit was $548,000 and some change, right? That's going to jump way up to $642,000.
Yeah. And what does that do? Like, what does that mean when we get a higher conforming limit?
So what that means specifically for the folks outside of King County, Pierce County, and Snohomish County, it means you have more lendable capacity through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for the 3% down or the 5% down programs that they have to go buy a house. You have a greater top number now, right? You can go up higher on your budget.
Is it a true statement that it's sometimes easier to get qualified on a conforming loan than possibly a jumbo?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very clear statement that it is easier to get qualified through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and FHA at their conforming limits than it is to go into the jumbo market. The jumbo market is so Fannie, Freddie set these limits, and you guys have heard it. There's houses being sold for millions and millions of dollars. So who's doing those mortgages, right? It's not all cash. Outside what the headlines say, it's not all cash. So these other mortgages are now in the jumbo space. So the jumbo space requires higher down payments, higher credit scores, and lower debt to income ratios, which means they're constricting the amount of people that they'll lend money to. So this is really powerful stuff. On FHA's side of the coin, they were down there at a national loan limit of $356,000 and some change. They jumped that up to $420,000.
So that means Keith just mentioned counties in our market, but he's talking nationally now. So for wherever you're tuning in, that could have an impact on your county. Where could they go, Keith, if they're interested in finding their own county limits?
That's great. So if you want to find your county limits, type in FHA loan limits 2022 or conventional loan limits 2022. We'll grab the links and throw them in the chat. But Fannie Mae has a loan lookup per county. FHA has a loan lookup tool per county. And that way you can understand what your loan limits are. Now, I did, to your point, Stacey, I mentioned King County, Pierce County, and Snohomish County. There's a handful of counties throughout the United States And I wanted to start with the national number. There's a handful of counties throughout the United States that have a higher cost of living. And those higher cost of livings that I just realized, I had my camera pointed down. Those higher cost of living areas have a higher loan limit. So the high balance is what it's called. The high balance loan limit for the Tri-County area went from $776 up to $891,000.
That's amazing.
Boom. So those of you that were looking to buy in that $800,000 to $900,000 space and put down a smaller down payment, you now have capacity to do that. So it's pretty awesome, pretty amazing. And if you were thinking that, oh, I'd have to go jumbo and drop a bunch more money, or I didn't quite have the credit score to qualify for jumbo, definitely reach out. We'd love to talk to you again and see how the new loan limits are changing how you can apply your home buying or refinancing into 2022.
Yeah.
So pretty powerful.
Very powerful.
That's the big news. Really, the rates irrelevant. They're still super low compared to like the whole history of rates. But they're still super low right now.
And you can take advantage of those limits now. You don't need to wait till 2022. Good point.
Good point. The loan does have to fund next year, so you can't run right out now and fund today and get it. But there's a little caveat there. But long story short, yep, you can apply today and get it done by January.
Nice. There's a quick chat in here from Chris, who's waiting for some Halloween prize. Do you want to tell him when it was sent out?
Yeah, Chris, that was mailed out, and it was delivered per Amazon yesterday. So you should have that. If you don't, let us know. So,
and Jamie and Chelsea love my Rudolph. So
see, look at that.
Thanks.
That Rudolph is great. That Rudolph is fantastic. Yeah. So, anyway, speaking of Rudolph, what are we talking about today, Stacy?
Today we're talking about events, things you can do with yourself, with a partner, with your kids, just fun holiday things to do around the Pacific Northwest.
Yes, absolutely. So you want to start with so I'm more Coeur d'Alene centric, you're Puget Sound centric. How about you give your number 5, and I'll give my number 5.
Ooh, okay. My number 5 is gonna be. Keegan's going to get ready and put these in the chat. Going to the Seattle Nutcracker. So I remember going as a child, and I just love everything about it. We'd go to dinner and we'd get dressed up. And then a few years ago, I took my husband.
I have a sneaking suspicion on where this is going to end. So you took your husband?
Uh-huh. Yep. And we went to the Nutcracker. And it just, it wasn't the same experience. It was kind of like we had to relearn what the story was, try to understand what they were saying. There were lots of people really into opera that were doing lots of little claps, like with, certain things. And I think as a little kid, I just liked the whole thing. But as an adult, I was trying to figure out the story, and I kind of got confusing. I haven't been back. But I would love to take my kids. So I think
it's time to take the kids. It'll turn that completely around.
Okay. What's your experience with the Nutcracker?
My experience with the Nutcracker. So Melanie, my wife, she grew up in ballet. She was pre-professional and went over to the University of Washington to do ballet stuff. And so we were very involved in the Nutcracker. She got me to go when we got together. So we went, and then we had our kids. And so she has been taking Olivia every year, which has been awesome. And I want to say it was 2 years ago we got Hunter to go. And Hunter was just completely the Nutcracker's done. There's just people dancing around the stage. That kid was on the edge of.
Oh no, we lost you. Edge of your seats. All right, while we wait for Keith, since this is a fun show, I'm going to introduce Koa to everybody. So this is what my kiddos got a couple weeks ago. We have 2 of them. This is that. I'm just going to show you Koa right now. We have a second one. He's lighter gray. His name is Tuk Tuk. So I'm just going to hold him as we go through the show. So let's go with, let's see, the next one, Keegan, let's do, how about Enchant Christmas? Let me see if I can find in the comments. Yes. So Enchant Christmas, for those of you who don't know, I think it's in many cities across the country. It is at, let's see, for us, it's at T-Mobile Stadium. And you do need to be vaccinated. It's King County. But you can go in and, oh, thanks, yes. And it's a whole Christmas holiday party. So Enchant Christmas, go online. You got to look for tickets. The link is in our chat. Okay, so let's go a little bit closer to, oh, let's see. Maybe Keith is coming back.
I'm back. Hi.
Can't see you, Keith.
Oh. Okay.
All right. We're just moving on the west side, Keith. So we've done Enchant. Leavenworth. So Leavenworth, look it up if you're not from the Pacific Northwest. See how I rock like I'm like holding a baby. There's Enchant. Leavenworth is like a Bavarian town, and they do like tree lighting, and you could drive there from Seattle for the day. A lot of people spend the weekend there. It's definitely something to see if you're not from our area. Okay, hang on. While we wait for Keith, we're going to show you the other puppy. Just bring him over. All right, there's Tuck Tuck. You know, you got to love bulldogs like we do. But these brothers love each other. They love each other. All right, so when if you go to Leavenworth, let us know. Super fun. What else do we have? Let's see what we have on the east side. Oh, Snowflake Lane. Snowflake Lane is in Bellevue. I see Keith in the background. I think he's trying to get on. Snowflake Lane is at 7 p.m. every evening in downtown Bellevue. They close the street, and there's singing and dancing and a little parade that comes through with like the junior high and high school kids, and super fun. Fake snow comes down, and it's just an easy, nice thing to do. Stand on the sidewalk and watch a show. I'm in Bellevue, so there's lots of Bellevue things that I like to do. Another thing we like to do is go to the Bellevue Botanical Gardens. They do kind of like lights, and it's just a nice place to walk around. It's not the same as like a zoo lights, which is also fun. But so check out any botanical garden around your area, and they might have something. There's definitely one in Bellevue. Then there is zoo lights. So for our area, you have Point Defiance Zoo and also the Seattle Zoo. So those are the two main ones we have. Oh, Keith is trying to figure it out from his phone.
Sorry about that.
You're good. I mean, we've only been doing this almost 2 years, so eventually we'll get it figured out.
Hold on one second. I'm still trying to get this all set up.
Was that a zoo lights? Let's see. I think that was yes, that looks like a zoo lights for Boise. Is it Boise? Nope. Let me look in the chat. Hang on.
Oh, zoo lights.
Point Defiance. Oh, that's Point Defiance. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if are these in Idaho? Can Jamie or someone message us and tell us if you have it?
If we have zoo lights?
Yeah, like in Spokane for our
I didn't check that.
peeps out there.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I came up with a different 5. So, oh, look at puppy.
Oh, we have one more. I have one more Seattle one, Keith, and then it's your turn.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, my internet is just really weird today.
It's okay because everyone's just watching the dog anyways.
I know, right?
SantaCon.
Ooh.
I don't know anything about cons, but Keith, do you?
It's a pub crawl. You get dressed up like Santa and you go do a pub crawl.
That's right. And where did Keegan say it's happening?
West Seattle? Seattle? Downtown Seattle?
No. I think by the stadiums, maybe.
Oh, possibly. Yeah, or Georgetown, one of the two. Well, there's the link. You guys can click on the link and figure that one out.
SantaCon is by Pike. You start by Pike Place. Oh, that was my last one. Pike Place. Everyone should go. Everyone should go. It's so fun. I just went the other weekend and we got flowers and I got a handmade gift from my parents. And you can buy lavender from the lavender fields. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We had so much fun there.
I think people forget about Pike Place during the winter.
I think so too. They also offer during COVID like Pike Place boxes if you want them shipped all over the country. If you're local, because they can deliver them faster, you get a better local delivery than what can ship nationally. But it's really amazing. Yeah, look that up. It's a great gift for someone. If you're local, they come with like the market flowers, always things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, to finish my story with you, take your kids. It'll change the whole Nutcracker thing. It's super awesome. You know, we're actually a little bit teary-eyed this year because being over in Coeur d'Alene, there's no Nutcracker performance over here. So we're gonna try to pick it up in Portland when we're down visiting family for the holiday. So we shall see.
You might have like a local one, don't you think? From like
we looked. We'll talk about the local performances going on here. Yeah. But you know, my number one thing to do during the holiday season is get out in the snow. So the snow's been flying over here, and Schweitzer, which is our mountain up north, just opened. The other two mountains are still waiting to get a little bit more snow, but you can still get out there and enjoy it. Do some sledding, create a snowman, do your snow angels, but you can ski up at Schweitzer. They're open, ready to go. So that's number one. If you guys need an Airbnb, let me know. I just bought one up at Schweitzer, that is. So that's number one, or number 5 on my list. Number 4 is to take in the holiday lights down at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Just super awesome. Nice. And one thing that I'm learning about being over here in Coeur d'Alene is fireworks go with everything. So the holiday light show they have, which is just a light walk, and then they do fireworks towards the holidays. And we'll put a pin on one more firework extravaganza because that's my number 1 thing to do. Number 3 thing to do, Keegan, I sent you the links just via email for these next 3. There's an ugly sweater run coming up this weekend. This Sunday, there's a 5K ugly sweater run. All proceeds go to charity. So get that ugly amazing. Christmas.
I want to go to that. I hope you're running in it.
We're going to be up at Schweitzer getting the Airbnb ready. Otherwise, I totally would. So the ugly sweater run is this Sunday, like I said, at 9 a.m. Sign up on Facebook, get on down there, get that ugly sweater on and go enjoy yourself. It will be snowing, so you can run that 5K in the snow in your ugly sweater. Number 2 thing to do is Traditions of Christmas. It's a magical performance we have here at the local performance center at the Kroc Center. It's really cool. There's a handful of traditional Christmas celebrations and songs throughout the whole world that gets portrayed on stage. So excited about that. That's running through December 22nd. Yeah, so check that out. That'll be cool. And then the number 1 thing to do around here, and we've been, my sister and my nephew have been, is the journey to the North Pole on the Coeur d'Alene cruise ships. So it's got an awesome light walk that you go out and do to the boat, and then you're on the boat. That's a really ugly URL. You could probably just go to cdacruises.com. But sorry I said that to you, Keegan. I
know there's lots of them, but yeah, that's great. I mean, there's cruises all over the Pacific Northwest. So yeah.
So get out on the water, enjoy it. And you go over to Santa's workshop and Santa talks to you and they light the Christmas tree, and I'm not going to spoil the rest of the fireworks for you. But it's an enjoyable thing to do with the family. If you want a more refined cruise out there on the ship, there is a dinner cruise that you can take. So you sit down and have a sit-down dinner and just enjoy the scenery out there. And every day there's more and more houses that decorate with lights and stuff. So it's making that even much more magical as we get deeper into the holiday season. So yeah, that's what I got. But long story short, get out there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
yes, we hope you all have a nice holiday season with your friends and family and can do some things within your communities. So we wish you all happy holidays.
Yes, indeed. And next week we have a very awesome, super surprise that we want you all to join us next Thursday at 10 a.m.
This week, but we're going to do it next week. Yes,
we're doing it next week. Super exciting. So join us next week and find out what the secret is. We'll catch you guys in just a few 7 days.
All right.
Bye, puppy.
Bye. Bye.
We'll see you later, Stacey. Have a good week.
All right.